So let's talk about the dosage of caffeine you can have in a day. So if you are someone who is new to coffee or a pre-workout or caffeine, any caffeine containing drink or substance, you can start with 100 mgs per day. Don't consider the recommendations given by anyone, but for start you can go with 100 milligrams per day, and even after that you can check yourself if you are feeling fine after having that much coffee in the day. Your sleep is not disturbed, you don't have any digestion issues like you don't get diarrhea. You have to test it on yourself. It's not necessary that you will be that caffeine will suit you and you'll be able to consume it daily as a pre-workout or anything else you like. So it depends on every individual how much caffeine he can tolerate in a day. So that was for the beginner or someone who is new to caffeine. But if we talk about people who are habitual caffeine users or coffee users, they can literally go up to 4 to 6 mg per kg in a day. So if I say I weigh somewhere around 75, so 75 times 4, if I take the lower range, lower limit, 75 times 4 is 300 mg per day, is perfectly fine if I am a habitual caffeine user. So even I would say that I am having black coffee since around 6 years now. So I am very habitual to it. Even having like around 400 to 500 mgs is not something which will cause side effect for me, but for someone else it might be a disaster. Like there is one research here where someone consumed around 6 grams of coffee, not milligrams, 6 grams of caffeine in a day, and he was but there is also another case where a person consumed 24 grams of caffeine in a day and he survived after that, but obviously he was hospitalized after that. But yeah, so that's a different topic, but doses will depend on each individual. It is not like hard and fast rule for anyone. So the next thing which comes up is when should you take caffeine during the day? Like what should be the timing of the caffeine so that it doesn't really affects your sleep or your daily routine, whatever it is. It is suggested that that caffeine stays in your body for somewhere around 3 to 10 hours. It really depends. It's not again fixed thing, but it really depends. So you should not consume coffee or any caffeine source nearby your sleep. Like if you sleep at 10, say, so you should have at least 8 hours of gap between your sleep and your caffeine consumption, as it stays in your body for that long and it will definitely hinder your sleep. If you are having coffee for that reason that you don't want to sleep at night and you have to study or do your work, consuming 100 milligrams of caffeine before like near your sleep cycle, it will definitely keep you awake for whatever the work you want to do. As to conclude, timing should be somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock during the afternoon, and after that it's better to avoid coffee or any caffeine containing substances. So do you think caffeine can also help you burn fat? For some reasons it can be said it is true, how it has fat burning properties. So first of all, thermogenic effect of coffee is high. Like thermogenic effect, it increases the heat production in your body. So in a way it helps, but not directly, but indirectly yes. When you have caffeine for long term, for someone who is habitual to it now or is using from a long time, then what it does inside your body is it causes the release of fatty acids, which is then used as fuel. So again indirectly it helps to lose fat, as fat is being used as a fuel in your body right now after having coffee or caffeine. These two things are the takeaways if you say caffeine helps you burning fat, but there is again very limited research to it. I just found one of them. Do you really need to cycle your caffeine intake? Cycle as in, do you really need to stop consuming caffeine for a certain period of time and then start reusing it? Yes, you should, if it depends why you are using it right now, because for people who are using it for any physical activity, they should definitely cycle caffeine, like after they should take say 15 days gap after every month, so they don't build up the tolerance levels for caffeine. I'll take an example here. Say I'm consuming 300 mgs per day for like a month, and after that 300 mg doesn't make me feel the way I used to feel on day one. So that's the time when I should really try to think about cycling my caffeine intake. So for 15 days it's better if I stop consuming caffeine from as a pre-workout, especially because I really want to see the results which I get, physical strength improvement which I get from caffeine. So yeah, I should stop consuming caffeine for like 15 days. What you can do is whenever you take a deload period, or whenever you take a break from your training, you can do this in that period, so that would be easier for you. Or on your light days, like when your volume or training intensity is low, you should not consume pre-workout before it. You don't need that much of boost on few days, so or maybe you can limit your intake during those days. And some people use caffeine for like their headaches or something like that, so for them it is perfectly fine if they don't cycle their caffeine intake. It will work for them, as it really improves focus, and that things won't be hampered apart from your if you are consuming it for physical sports or anything. Now let's talk about caffeine and dehydration. It is very common that people think caffeine causes dehydration. To some extent it is true for people who are new to it and have started really consuming it, like they are new, and so for them it might cause dehydration. And for someone who is habitual, for them it might not this might not be the case that they get dehydrated. So again, there is very limited research on this, and I just found one in which it was taken as a 2-day scenario. People who were there in this studies, they were habitual coffee drinkers. As a conclusion, caffeine doesn't cause any dehydrating effects, but again that is for habitual coffee consumers or caffeine consumers. So again, it is not worthy to say that it doesn't cause dehydration or it causes. It's not so nothing can be said about that exactly. But yeah, limiting your coffee intake as per your body requires it is better option, so go for that. In the end, I'd like to conclude it by saying that moderation is what really needed here, and going up to maximum of 400 mg is perfectly fine without any side effects. But again, the ranges, the perfect range or the range which we can calculate our intake is 3 to 6 mg per kg of in a day of caffeine is fine. All the researches which I have mentioned in the video will be listed down in the description. And if you like this video, please do share, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video.